Imagine like quitting your minimum wage job and then boom, you're a millionaire by the time you're 20.
Wow.
Well, still in college. It's like total fantasy, right?
Totally.
Well, that's kind of what we're diving into today.
Okay.
The story of Joe Popplus.
Okay.
This young entrepreneur who built $1 million business
Wow.
with AI
Uh-huh.
and a really smart approach to selling books.
Okay.
So we're getting the inside scoop from this YouTube interview on the Grind Success channel
All right.
where he kind of spills all the beans.
Nice.
So if you're into AI or entrepreneurship or just like love a good underdog story, this is for you.
Yeah, what's really interesting about Joe's story is that it's not just about, riding the AI wave.
Right.
It's like he's got this entrepreneurial spirit.
Yeah.
He's willing to experiment. And he really understands how to turn a new idea into a money-making venture.
Yes, and that's what makes this deep dive so valuable. We're not just skimming the surface here.
Right.
We're really going to unpack how he went from, a computer science student with a minimum wage job to millionaire entrepreneur in just 1 year.
That's incredible. And what's also striking is that he started experimenting with AI back in 2020.
Oh, wow.
Using GPT-3.
Okay.
Before it was, the buzzword that is today.
Right.
So that tells us something about him, right?
Yeah.
He's a forward thinker, someone who's not afraid to dive into new tech before it's mainstream.
Totally. That early adoption of AI definitely played a role in his success.
Yeah.
But here's where it gets really interesting.
Okay.
So he has this meeting with a traditional publishing company.
Okay.
And he sees that they're pulling in like over $2 million a month.
Wow.
And that struck this light bulb moment for him, know? Why can't I do this with AI?
Oh, yeah.
That question right there that's like a true entrepreneur.
Yeah, he didn't just see a successful business model. He saw a chance to disrupt the status quo, to do things differently using this, new tech that he's already passionate about.
And that's where his journey kind of takes off. But before we get to all that, let's rewind a bit.
Okay.
And talk about how he bootstrapped his business.
Oh, right.
It's fascinating because he actually started with money from his part-time job.
Oh, wow.
So very much the lean startup approach.
Okay, so resourceful.
Yeah.
What's even more remarkable is that looking back, he thinks he could have started with even less.
Oh, wow.
Under $500.
Really?
Like, that challenges the whole idea that you need a ton of money to get started.
Exactly.
He's proof that resourcefulness can be just as valuable as a big budget.
And he was juggling a rapidly growing business college.
Oh, jeez.
And that part-time job.
Wow.
That's dedication.
Talk about a balancing act.
Totally.
But we can't forget about the AI, right?
Right.
How exactly did he use it to make these books? It wasn't just like, ChatGPT, write me a bestseller, Right.
You can't just push a button and get a masterpiece.
Exactly.
So how did he actually do it?
He had this really specific 3-step process.
Okay.
So first he used AI, specifically GPT-3, to generate a detailed outline for each book. And this made sure the book had a logical structure and covered all the bases.
Right.
Like, think of GPT-3 as this, super versatile language model that can write human quality text on basically any topic.
Wow.
So Joe used this power to create a solid framework for his books.
It's like AI for the heavy lifting, the structure. But then he's adding his own creative touch, right?
Right, exactly. The second step is where ChatGPT came in.
Okay.
You know that more refined, more conversational version of GPT-3? He used that to craft individual sections of the book. Okay. Really focusing on the quality. Yeah. And making sure the content was, optimized and easy to read.
So he's not just taking that AI output and slapping it on a page.
Right, no.
He's treating it like almost like a writing partner, right?
Exactly.
Shaping the content.
Yeah.
Making it engaging.
Yeah. And this brings us to the third and probably most important step.
Right.
Editing and proofreading.
Right.
So Joe was really clear about this.
Yeah.
Whether he did it himself or hired someone, polishing the final product was crucial.
Makes sense.
This made sure his books were error-free and that they flowed smoothly, just like a, traditionally published book.
So even with AI doing a lot of the work, you still need that human touch for quality.
Totally.
Right.
But creating a book is just one part of it.
That's what I'm curious about.
Yeah.
How did he turn this into a, profitable business?
Well, this is where things get a little unexpected.
Okay.
You might think he went the traditional route, right?
Yeah, like Amazon.
Other online bookstores.
Right.
But Joe had a different plan.
Okay.
A pretty ingenious one.
Okay.
Pinterest ads.
Pinterest?
Yeah.
That's not the first place I think of.
I know, right?
For selling books.
It's brilliant when you think about it.
Okay.
Pinterest is all visual, right? People go there for ideas, inspiration.
Right.
So he realized he could tap into that by making his books look really appealing.
Okay.
And targeting specific interests and demographics.
So thinking outside the box.
Totally.
Going where the readers already are.
Exactly.
Instead of trying to compete with
all
the other books.
But it's more than just pretty pictures of books. Joe actually developed a two-pronged strategy.
Okay.
Consideration campaigns and conversion campaigns.
Right.
Each with a specific purpose.
Okay. Those sound intriguing.
Yeah.
But I need a little more explanation.
Yeah.
What are these campaigns all about?
So consideration campaigns were all about testing the waters.
Okay.
So Joe would create different ads, showcasing different book niches, right? Like self-help, romance, cooking, and see which ones resonated.
So it's like dipping his toe in a bunch of different pools to see which one was the warmest.
Exactly.
Okay.
A classic example of using data to validate your assumptions.
Sure.
Right. And to guide your strategy.
Yeah.
Once he found a promising niche, he'd switch gears to conversion campaigns.
Okay.
And these were all about optimizing the ads, scaling them up, really focusing on driving sales for those books.
So going from exploration to execution.
Exactly.
Refining the targeting the messaging to turn browsers into buyers.
Exactly. It's almost like a scientific process, right?
Yeah.
It highlights the importance of understanding your audience and tailoring your marketing.
But even with, compelling ads, you need a place to send those potential customers.
Exactly.
Right. That's where landing pages come in.
Landing pages,
capture their attention and make it super easy to buy.
Right.
I'm guessing a well-designed landing page can make all the difference.
Absolutely. And Joe really stressed this.
Okay.
He said, a poorly designed landing page can have a bounce rate of like 70, 80%.
Wow.
Meaning most people are just leaving without buying anything.
Jeez.
So he focused on creating landing pages that showcased the book's value.
Okay.
Featured compelling visuals.
Yeah.
And included social proof, like testimonials, to build credibility.
So it's like setting the stage for the sale, right?
Right, exactly.
Making sure everything's in place. So it's like a smooth...
seamless customer journey.
And
by combining this, laser-focused Pinterest ad strategy with those high-quality AI-generated books and the optimized landing pages, Joe created a system that scaled really well.
So let's talk about the results.
Yeah.
Give me the numbers.
All right, get this. In just 1 year, Joe made $390,000 in profit.
Wow.
And his business was valued at a staggering $930,000.
That's incredible.
That's not just success. That's like a meteoric rise.
And while he was still a college student, that's a real testament to, having a good idea, smart execution, knowing how to use technology.
And it gets even more interesting.
Okay.
His success attracted investors
who
saw the potential of his business model.
That's a sure sign you're onto something.
Right.
Yeah.
He mentioned having offers to buy 40% of his book brands.
That's wild.
Which really shows you the potential they see in what he's built.
Yeah.
But here's what's really inspiring to me.
Okay.
He's not just content with his own success.
Right.
He wants to help others do the same.
That's awesome.
He's planning to teach others how to use AI for book creation and marketing, sharing his insights through courses and stuff.
Cool.
He believes anyone, regardless of their background, can achieve this kind of success if they have the right knowledge and mindset.
So it's not just about the technology itself.
Right.
It's about how you use it.
Well,
that combination of creativity and business savvy.
Precisely.
Yeah.
And this brings us back to one of his, most insightful points. Prioritize learning over earning.
Ooh, I like that.
Build skills first. Yeah. Because once you do that,
right,
making money becomes easy.
That's powerful.
Right. it really challenges how we think about chasing money. He's saying that knowledge is the real currency.
Yes.
It's the key to creating value, building a business, and navigating this, rapidly changing world of AI.
And that resonates with, this idea of lifelong learning, which is more and more important now as tech is changing so fast.
Yeah.
It's not enough to just rely on what we learned in school. We've got to be constantly upskilling and adapting.
Absolutely.
To stay ahead of the curve.
But Joe's story also makes us think about AI itself and its wider impact.
Yeah.
It's clear that AI isn't just some futuristic thing. No. It's here now.
It is.
It's disrupting industries and it's bringing both incredible opportunities and potential challenges.
And it's not just about the tech itself, right?
Right.
It's about how we use it.
Exactly.
How we as individuals and as a society choose to use it.
And that leads us to some big questions about the future of work, ethics of AI, and its impact on society.
Right. And those are some complex and nuanced topics.
Very much so.
That we should definitely be thinking about.
Absolutely.
So for this last part of our deep dive, let's shift gears a bit and delve into these wider implications.
Right.
We'll explore the potential benefits and challenges of AI and what it all means for you as you navigate this exciting and kind of uncharted territory.
Sounds good. So those consideration campaigns were all about testing the waters. Joe would create these ads for all sorts of book niches, right? Like self-help or romance or cooking, see which ones people liked.
So it was all about gathering data, figuring out what people actually wanted to read.
Yeah, and using that data to guide the strategy. Right. And once he'd found a niche that looked promising, he would switch over to these conversion campaigns. These were all about optimizing those ads, getting them in front of more people. Really making sure that those ads were driving sales.
So he'd go from exploring to executing.
Precise.
Kind of refining everything to make sure people actually bought the books.
Yeah, it's like a scientific process almost.
Right.
Understanding your audience and tailoring your marketing to them.
But even with amazing ads, you still need a place to send people.
Exactly.
That's where those landing pages come in.
Yeah, you got to make it super easy for them to buy.
And make it clear what they're getting.
Exactly. And Joe was really adamant about this. He said, a bad landing page can lose you 70-80% of your visitors.
Wow. So most people just leave.
Yeah, without buying a thing.
That's crazy.
So he made sure his landing pages really showcased what the book was about. Right. Used strong visuals, included things like testimonials to build trust.
So it's all about creating that smooth customer journey.
Exactly. A seamless experience from start to finish.
And by combining, those Pinterest ads. With the AI books and the landing pages.
Right.
Joe had built a system that could really scale.
Yeah, he saw amazing results.
Okay, let's hear about those results.
All right, so in 1 year, Joe made $390,000 in profit.
Oh.
And his business was valued at almost $1 million.
That's wild.
And all while he's in college.
Right. That's incredible.
And you know what? His success caught the eye of investors.
Investors.
Yeah. They saw what he was doing.
Right.
They saw how much potential his business model had.
That's a good sign.
He even had offers to buy 40% of his brands.
Wow. So they were really serious.
Yeah, they saw how much this thing could grow.
That's amazing.
But here's what I really admire about him. He doesn't just want to keep it all to himself.
Right.
He wants to help others succeed, too.
That's awesome.
So he's putting together courses and stuff to teach people how to do this themselves. Use AI to create and market books.
That's really cool.
He believes anyone can do it.
So it's not about being some tech genius?
Not at all. It's about having the right knowledge and mindset.
Right. So you need the skills, but you also need that drive.
Exactly. And that kind of brings us back to his advice about prioritizing learning.
That quote about learning over earning.
Yeah, he said, build skills first, because once you do, making money becomes easy.
So true.
It's like knowledge is the key.
Right. It unlocks everything.
And that's so important now with the way things are changing.
Yeah, we need to keep learning and adapting.
Absolutely. Those are the skills that are going to matter.
It's like you said before, lifelong learning is essential.
It is. We can't just rely on what we learned in school.
Right. We need to stay curious.
Exactly. And keep expanding our skill set.
Okay, but Joe's story also makes us think about AI more broadly, right?
Yeah, it's not just about individual success stories anymore.
Right. It's about how AI is changing everything.
Exactly. It's here to stay.
Yeah.
And it's bringing a whole bunch of opportunities and challenges.
And how we deal with those challenges is up to us.
Right. It's about making sure we use AI responsibly.
Exactly. Making sure it benefits everyone.
So for this last part of our deep dive, let's explore that a bit more.
Oh, yeah.
Let's talk about the potential benefits and challenges of AI.
Yeah, and what it all means for our listeners.
Exactly, because this is something we all need to be thinking about.
Okay, so we've talked a lot about Joe's journey
Yeah.
and all the possibilities with AI. His story is really inspiring.
It is.
But like we've kind of hinted at,
Yeah.
there's a bigger picture here, right?
Yeah. It goes beyond, just one person's success.
Exactly.
And it brings up some really big questions.
About the future.
About the future, yeah.
So in this last part, let's tackle those questions head on. We're going to explore those potential benefits and challenges of AI.
Yeah.
And try to figure out what it all means for you.
Right. For everyone listening.
As we navigate this crazy new world.
I think a good place to start is this idea of disruption.
Okay.
We've seen how AI is changing things like publishing.
Right.
But that's just the beginning.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
AI could change pretty much every industry.
Like what else?
Healthcare.
Okay.
Transportation.
Mm-hmm.
Education.
Wow.
Entertainment.
It's kind of scary and exciting at the same time.
Yeah, it is. Right. On the one hand, you've got these incredible advancements.
Yeah, like self-driving cars.
Yeah, personalized medicine.
Right.
But on the other hand, you've got people worried about losing their job.
And all the uncertainty that comes with that.
Exactly.
So it's like a double-edged sword.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why these conversations are so important.
Yeah, we need to think about how we use AI for good.
Right.
And how we minimize the risks.
Exactly.
Okay, so let's talk about some specific challenges, like job displacement.
Yeah. As AI gets smarter, it can do more and more things that humans used to do.
And that's scary for a lot of people.
Right. And while some people say AI will create new jobs,
Yeah.
there's going to be a lot of disruption in the short term.
Right. So what does that mean for our listeners?
Well, it means we need to be adaptable.
Go.
We need to keep learning new things.
Just like Joe.
Yeah, just like Joe. He was always experimenting.
Right. Always learning.
That's the mindset we all need.
So it's not just about the technical skills.
No, it's about being open to new things.
Okay.
Stepping outside your comfort zone.
Yeah.
The more you learn, the more you can adapt.
It's like becoming a T-shaped person, right?
Yeah, having that deep expertise in one area,
Uh-huh.
but also knowing a little bit about everything else.
Yeah, being able to connect the dots.
Exactly. That's going to be so valuable.
But we also need to focus on those things that make us human.
Right. Those skills that machines can't replicate.
Like what?
Creativity.
Okay.
Critical thinking. Problem solving.
Mm-hmm.
Empathy.
Those are all really important.
Communication. Those
yeah.
are the things that set us apart.
So it's about finding that balance.
Yeah.
Using AI to enhance what we do.
Right. Not replace us.
It's like a partnership.
A collaboration.
Right? Humans and machines working together.
Imagine AI helping doctors make better diagnoses.
Or personalizing education.
Or even helping artists create new things.
The possibilities are endless.
But we got to remember, AI is a tool.
Right.
It can be used for good or bad.
It's up to us to use it responsibly.
And make sure it benefits everyone.
So as we wrap up our deep dive into AI, here's the takeaway.
Okay.
AI is here to stay.
It is.
It's changing the world. Embrace the possibilities.
Yeah.
Be mindful of the challenges.
Right.
And remember, you have the power to shape how AI is used.
Absolutely.
And how it impacts your life.
Never stop learning.
That's great advice.
The more you know about AI,
yeah,
the better prepared you'll be for whatever comes next.
Thanks for joining us on this deep dive.
Yeah, thanks for listening.
We hope you learned a thing or two.
And maybe got some inspiration for your own journey.
Until next time.